President-elect Trump is steamrolling through selections for his cabinet, today alone nominating Marco Rubio to Secretary of State, Matt Gaetz to Attorney General, and Tulsi Gabbard as Director of National Intelligence.
But these picks aren't quite official yet. The Senate still has to confirm all of those picks in confirmation hearings.
Joining us now to break down the process, Kansas Senator Roger Marshall. Senator, always great to see you. Among the Republican conference in the Senate, is there an agreement? Is there an understanding that all of the nominees from President-elect Trump will sail through the confirmation process?
Well, Dagan, I think many of these should sail right through. You think of Marco Rubio, Elise Stefanik, Tulsi Gabbard, Kristi Noem. I think those ones should fly right through. Most importantly to me is that new Majority Leader John Thune has promised that we'll get right on this, that we can start have the hearings now. We can't do the final confirmation until President Trump is sworn in, but we can start the hearing process now. He's promised to work hard, work extra hours, work weekends, whatever it takes, so let's get to it.
Obviously, the Senate takes their advising consent rule seriously. You'll take these confirmation hearings seriously as well. You mentioned a few that are going to sail through. Do you have some concern about a few of the appointments that aren't going to sail through, Roger?
Well, Sean, that's a tough question. Look, I think the elephant in the room is Matt Gaetz is going to be pretty tough. But what I understand from President Trump is he was elected to turn this place upside down, that Americans don't trust the Justice Department right now. And Matt has the talent to go in there and really make a difference. He's very talented. But let's face it, it'll be a little bit of a challenge for him. But I'm optimistic we'll do what we can do to get him across the finish line. With this majority that we have right now, we can lose 2 or 3 people and still get Matt across the finish line as well.
So he has your support?
Yes, Matt has my support, absolutely.
Okay. We want to go on to the so-called experts have been quick to claim that President Trump will destroy labor unions in his second term. But leaders of those labor unions are not taking the bait just yet. Listen to this, Senator.
I want to see what not only Donald Trump was saying, but a lot of the Republicans. You know, we've got good working relationships with Senator Hawley. Right. We've got good working relationship with Senator Marshall and many others. We want to make certain that what they're saying and what they do is going to be consistent. They want to work with labor. They want to work with the American people, American workers. And, you know, we want results, not excuses.
He called your name. Your reaction to that, Senator. The only reason the labor unions had a somewhat of a leg up under Joe Biden was because of inflation. That they had to go to the table and say, hey, we need our wages to keep up with inflation.
Yeah, so Joe Biden's policies crushed all American workers, union workers, non-union workers as well. And I think what we found before is that President Trump is committed to all American workers. He is the president for union workers, for non-union workers, both. Think about President Trump's policies, his energy policies, his willingness to use tariffs to protect American jobs as well. Those are going to grow union jobs. But what's really on the mind of union workers, like everybody, it's the cost of living, it's the cost of health care, it's the cost of child care, it's the safety, security of their family. Union workers don't want boys in girls' bathrooms. All those common sense issues are important as well, but President Trump's policies are going to grow union jobs. Those energy jobs that President Trump supports are great union jobs. In my own hometown of El Dorado, Kansas, big oil refineries, those are the best jobs in town. And I think that President Trump's energy policies are going to grow those jobs along with the tariff jobs. The tariffs will protect manufacturing jobs and bring those back home. The last thing I want to say is that Republicans can all embrace some union issues, and I'm thinking about the safety and the health of union workers. Very particular, J.D. Vance and I have legislation that would help protect railway union workers from toxic chemicals, and then we're leading a fight to protect firefighters from some toxic chemicals as well. So there's opportunities for Republicans to work with the unions, and we'll be leading that charge.
So, Senator, I think the way that you actually help union households is you implement Trump's agenda, again, a pro-growth set of policies, and you know the House well, and you now know the Senate well. Question, is everybody on the same page, pulling the cart in the same direction? Because you know this, a lot of times members think they're the smartest people in the room with the best ideas. You can't have that. You all have to be laser focused on the mission. Are you picking that up in the Senate and from your colleagues over in the House?
I absolutely am. You think about Speaker Johnson being unanimously confirmed today. When it was all said and done, John Thune was voted on by acclamation as well. I've never seen us so centered around one person and one person's goals. And I think that's what's important to keep in mind is Republicans have the same goals as President Trump. We want to secure our borders. We want to lower the price of gas and groceries. We want to roll back regulations. Those basic things, basic necessities, as I would call them, we're all united for those goals. We're ready to get to work. We're already working on it, and I can't wait for January to get here.
Roger Marshall, always great to see you. Thanks for being with us. We're very grateful. If I can get that out, very grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator.